Live from the local station, this is Weather Authority Weekday.
Good morning. I'm just, tuck in and all the things as we get started here on Weather Authority Weekday. I'm so glad to be with you. Michelle and Chris are off, but you know what? We're going to have a great day today, and it's going to be a really nice intro into not only what it's going to be like for the Donna this weekend, but also another cold front that's going to be pushing through, really making it cold as you go to church or brunch or whatever you do on Sundays. I want to get you started here because really, we started cold this morning, right? But it's going to turn out to be a pretty great afternoon. We're at 53 degrees right now. This is a look at the sky cam at the airport. If you're looking at the sky from inside, you're like, oh, it's beautiful. Let me go out there. You might think twice. 53 is not so bad, but it's the breeze in the air, especially early on in the mornings, that'll get you. But in the afternoons, it's actually very pleasant. This is a look at Morningstar Marina. Is one of my favorite cameras. I love it. And you're at 51 here, a north-northeast breeze at about 10 miles an hour. And it's not bad. You're not going to see a lot of boats on the water. Well, A, because it's Thursday and people got to work, but B, because, there's a chill. So the funny thing is, Mother Nature, man, this mood swing is not letting up, okay? She has been in a bad mood for a while now. This cold front came through, wreaked havoc across certain parts of the country, right? You could clearly see these temperatures. People have it way worse than we do. But, at the end of the day, the cold front kind of caught up to us too, right? I never wished I was in Miami until right now. I'm not a Miami gal, but I do, I'm like, 63, I could take it. We're only 10 degrees cooler though at 53 in Jacksonville proper currently, 49 in Waycross, and 50s along the coast. So, it's not going to be a day where you want to go lay out on the beach, but perhaps take a walk, not a bad idea. Wind gusts, this is the nice thing. They didn't bite as much as they have been. At the beginning of the week, you'll remember we had gusts well into the 30-mile-an-hour range. So that was a big deal. And as we've progressed, luckily the wind chill factor, it wasn't a huge deal today, which I was thrilled about. And I think a lot of you were too. Your emails, I love them. It's my favorite part of the day. And some colorful language was used by Gail. She lives in Orange Park, and let's just say she doesn't like the cold weather. So. Anyway, all right, so low temperatures out there tonight, going to be below freezing up in Georgia. And so 31 degrees in Waycross, 32 in Valdosta, right at that freezing mark, 38 tonight in Gainesville, 39 in Palatka, 43 on Palm Coast, 50 tonight in St. Augustine, and we're between 48 and 50 on all of our beaches. So it's not bad. But 40s in Georgia and in Jacksonville proper. Orange Park, you'll be at 38, 42 in Green Cove Springs. So low temperatures into Sunday morning. This is what I really want to talk to you about. That next cold front that's going to swing through Saturday. What it'll do is it'll bring us a little bit of rain. It's light, but much colder air is going to come in. So you can clearly see these temperatures in the teens and 20s. These are not even your feels like, they're your actual temperatures. So, it's these feels likes, and what's going to happen is we could see feels likes in the single digits as far as it goes. So temperature wise, 40s into the 20s. So you could see those lows in the 20s on Sunday and into Monday. And that's quite a big deal. I had us yesterday with highs in the 40s on Monday, but I upped us a little bit to 52. So at least we'll come up from those lows. But that's going to sting, but I want to give you a visual because I think that's always a good idea to do that, is just to kind of show you what's going to happen. First, I'll show you Doctors Lake Marina, just to give you a little view of what's going on out there. I like to hit every area. 50 and sunny with a light breeze, about 5 miles an hour. But this is the front that's going to be coming through, bringing a little bit of rain. You see the blue stuff to the north of us, and I've gotten a lot of your questions. Are we going to see any snow? No, we're not. What I'm thinking is if you want to drive north into Georgia, you could see some flurries, and of course Atlanta, the Carolinas are going to see some snow. But it's all dependent, on how this track moves. For us, we'll let you know if anything changes. Georgia would have a colder outlook, but we're all going to be pretty cold and dry once that rain gets out of here on Saturday. So there you have it. An area high pressure comes in on Monday. And so we're cold and dry, and look at this. You've got tomorrow a couple of light showers coming through, very, very spotty. And the same will go for Saturday. And you could see all the blue pretty much stays to the north of us. If anything comes in through Brunswick or St. Mary's, we'll deal with that. We'll deal with that. But for now, it looks to be a little north of us. So there you have it. As we look ahead to Sunday, just really cold air by the noon hour. Look at that, 35 degrees in Jacksonville by noon. So certainly something to keep in mind that you're going to just need the heavy coat, and there's no ifs, ands, or buts about it, right? So 20% chance of rain on Saturday. That's why I say those chances are so small. St. Augustine Marina backed up there on the bridge. Man, I do not like traffic, but can't avoid it, and at least you have a good view. Jacksonville Beach, you got people out there walking, but do you see what they are? They're layered. Yeah, they're walking there on the boardwalk, and they've got full pants on with a full long sleeve shirt. You get why. It's very choppy out there too, so it's windier, I should say, on the beach. You've got a north-northeast breeze sustained at about 10 miles an hour, but gusts are in the teens, and they've hit the 20s and even 30s earlier the week. 51 and sunny out there. And your hourly forecast, 57 by 4 o'clock. You'll come down 10 degrees by 8 o'clock to 47. And, you know, as we continue to keep an eye on the temperatures from Yulee to Brunswick, you started in the 30s and you'll make it only into the 50s today. As we continue to look here, Jacksonville to Ponte Vedra Beach, you know, you'll start in the 30s and 40s and then in the 50s. A little more of a mild start on the beaches. Palatka, Keystone Heights, same deal. 60s on the board there, and McClenny and Middleburg as well. Plenty of sunshine, that's the common denominator. Breast Cancer Marathon, the Donna. We are very familiar with the Donna, aren't we? Yes, we are. And you know, we've been talking a lot about how tough it is to run in the cold, but you think about people fighting breast cancer, they are tough. And so we've got this. It's going to be amazing. We hope that you'll send us your Snapjacks. We know the Donna is a huge deal. Our very own Michelle McCormick will be out there. Eden Kendall is fabulous. She'll be out there. 31 by 8 a.m., ready, set, go. And then by 10 a.m., 39, and by noon, 46, mostly clear. But that 31 below freezing is going to hurt. So 58 today, mostly clear skies out there for you. As we look ahead to tonight, 40 degrees and cloudy. And into tomorrow, 64 degrees, mostly clear. So I want to take you now and just show you my predictions. The next 3 days, they're not too bad. I mean, the highs are great, right? But bam, let me just shock your system. 23 degree low, 26 degree low, and a 31 degree low. You're going to hate that. I do too. I know. 37 by Wednesday, but we're not going to be negative because the highs look pretty good. So there you have it. Forecast, not too bad. It's a lot of sunshine. We could use a little rain. We're in a severe to extreme drought across the area. But we will keep all eyes on this. And moderate drought, by the way, the further southwest you are. Either way, we could use the rain. But we're not going to get much of it, only into Saturday. So I'll have more for you on the Weather Authority Weekday coming up. Welcome back to Weather Authority Weekday. Hey, let's kick it off. Our very own Chief Meteorologist Richard Nunn is going to give you a tip or two about your plants.
I know it looks bad. Resist the urge to trim. There'll be warmer days ahead for us to get out and definitely do some spring cleaning here, especially after these cold days. And there are more to come all week long. Temperatures are going to hover below freezing in areas through the work week. And then this weekend, the models are leaning toward a chance, possibly, maybe, of the white stuff. All right, we're going to be digging into those details later on tonight. Your Weather Authority forecast always available at News4JAX. Stay warm, stay safe.
And now we're going to pivot over to Tennessee, where power outages have been an issue. Thousands of residents in the Nashville, Nash Vegas, Tennessee area are still waiting for power to be restored for their weekend. Utility crews say they're prioritizing repairs, and of course they're making progress. They're working as hard as they can, as they always are. Kelsey Gibbs shows us what homeowners are experiencing as they wait patiently. And
I heard a tree branch crash. I saw sparks fly from the power line, and then our power went out.
For many across Middle Tennessee, the story repeats. Freezing rain and ice laying claim to power lines and poles, leaving tens of thousands without light or heat. As of Tuesday night, NES reported that around 110,000 homes were still powerless, and more than 280 poles were broken.
I'm hoping to talk to somebody over there in a little while. That's my hope.
Louis Eron bundled up quietly watching linemen battle the cold as they worked throughout his Bellevue neighborhood. At his house, his power line sits in the snow, disconnected from the transformer.
We were lucky enough to get our hands on a generator, and so we're warm, but we're being patient. You know, we're luckier than some other people.
Outside, an army mobilizes. NES crews logging 14 to 16-hour shifts. More than 118,000 have power again. But for many, the wait stretches out like the cold.
We happened to catch one of the NES pickup trucks driving by and waved them down, and they were very honest and said, we would have never found this house if you didn't wave us down.
Thousands from West and North Nashville, Madison, Hendersonville, East Nashville, Brentwood, and Bellevue remain in the dark.
The way we prioritize the work that we're doing is to make sure we get the largest number of customers taken care of at a time. We are focusing on those circuits with 1,000 or 2,000 or more customers to be restored.
Brent Baker with NES says to meet the challenge, NES has called line workers from across the country and more than 700 strong.
We're up to 740 this morning, and we'll be at 925 this evening. Those are linemen that are working on our system, and another 207 vegetation crews are making a way for those linemen to get where they need to go.
With each hour, the ice weighs down wires and trees. Neighbors wait, grateful for small comforts, steady in their faith that warmth and light will return soon.
Very appreciative.
Wow. All right. Well, hey, we're pivoting now to the Hudson River. Take a look at this. This really impressed me. I used to live in New York. That's actually where I moved down here from. So totally different worlds, right? But on the Hudson River in New York City, ice is thickening and spreading. As you can see, it's disrupting the boat traffic, including their key ferries. Ferries in this area really are crucial. People take them to get to and from many places, but you can see those huge layers of ice. This is giving Titanic, Caitlin, to be honest. I'm looking for Jack and Rose out there. Well, not Jack because she kicked him off the door, but I have opinions on that. But man, look at that ice. I mean, that is really intense stuff. And it's fascinating to me to watch this. I saw this video and I'm so glad we're showing it because I mean, at a wide view here, it's pretty incredible from New York to New Jersey. Man, yeah, those ferries are crucial. So it's very scary when they can't get to where they need to be. And who wants to be driving a ferry in weather like that? Not I. Not I. All right, I'm still looking for Jack there in the water, but hey. All right, as we move on, we're going to see the polar bear enjoying some sun. What a cutie. Oh my God, he just took a dip. I love this bear. This is the cutest thing I've ever seen. God, I love animals. This is from St. Louis Zoo, showing a polar bear who's loving the snow. The zoo, it's amazing, and the zoo is closed for the past few days due to the snow, extreme cold, and to allow team members additional time to safely work on that snow removal. The polar bear doesn't care. He's like, I'm here for it. I love the snow. The zoo reopened to the public on January 27th, but again, look, he's making snow angels. That's so cute. Oh my God. Like, I didn't know bears knew what that was. They do. They're just like us. Oh my God. Oh, look at that. He's just so cool. He's like, nobody else come in. I'm loving my life. This is great. What's he throwing around there? His food bowl? Yeah, he's hungry. He wants a snack. I get it. Wow. I could watch this video all day long. He is so happy. He reminds me of like an albino Kevin, you know? He's cute. He slid there. Okay. That is fantastic. That's the best video you'll see all day. But I do want to pivot because obviously the polar bear doesn't care about staying warm, but we're going to see about keeping some of the zoo animals warm. It's really important, very, very much a safety hazard. So as we look, the frigid temperatures also forced the Akron Zoo in Ohio to close. Bob Jones spoke with Akron zookeeper about those cold conditions.
Video from the Akron Zoo shows otters slipping, sliding, taking a dip, and having a blast, unfazed by the Arctic blast that has settled into northeast Ohio.
They're just thriving in their habitats. Of course, they do have access to an indoor holding space that is heated, but they have the choice.
Coyotes also have no problem relaxing in the snow that is piled up. The lions are taking advantage of some extra hay for warmth on a lazy day, as is the zoo's biggest animal, Jackson the grizzly bear, who has built up his fat storage for the winter.
I call it their bulking season. And then that allows them to stay warm throughout the winter.
Noel the alpaca doesn't mind the cold temps, but also has a heat lamp and a straw bed. And heated rocks are in place to help keep the tigers and lions comfortable. A heated pool is available for storks, but it was empty on Tuesday because the storks and the flamingos have been brought inside, along with some of the zoo's most popular and entertaining animals, the gibbons, including the baby, Luco.
Because we have an infant who is just about 6 months old, they are locked in and they stay inside all winter long.
Jessica Lelish, a lead zookeeper, says while several of the species are native to the winter conditions, the zookeepers do daily checks to make sure the animals are withstanding the conditions and not showing signs of frostbite or hypothermia, such as discoloration of skin.
It just depends on the species. If we believe that there is a concern for frostbite or hypothermia, then we will make special heating accommodations for those animals.
Jessica says the zookeepers are considered essential employees and take their jobs to protect the animals during this frigid weather seriously.
The keepers are really running around making sure that our buildings are staying warm, that our animals are comfortable through this snap, and then we go home and worry about ourselves because it's also cold and we have to stay warm too.
I love those animals. That bear is hilarious. You said it right. It's like a potato just laying there in the snow, like loving life. They're so cute. And you know what? They're staying warm, and so are our gorillas at our zoo. So the Jacksonville Zoo gorillas, take a look at this. On chilly days, some of our animals like gorillas may choose to spend time indoors where they can stay warm, cozy, and comfortable according to the zoo. You might spot them lounging on soft hay at the Jacksonville Zoo or enjoying enrichment inside their habitats. They look like they mean business. Like they are not playing around. Look at them. They're cute. That's really cool. Yeah. Oh, I love a good gorilla. Well, now we're going to go to Groundhog Day. I think, in my opinion, and I should not state this, that the groundhog is the weirdest looking little rodent I've ever seen. And the fact that we rely on it, it's just so weird. It's not cute. But, well, it kind of is. It's just its teeth. Have you ever seen it open its mouth? I wish it wouldn't. Ugh. But yeah, but they're cute. Punxsutawney Phil, Punxsutawney 1886 marked the first time that Groundhog Day appeared in the local newspaper. The following year brought the first official trek to Gobbler's Knob. Each year since has seen a steady increase since then in participation in the celebration. People all over the world. If Punxsutawney Phil sees a shadow, there's 6 more weeks of winter. I can't. We rely on a little rodent to see a shadow, you know. But he is cute. We will see. We will see. Put me on the spot there, which I respect. I appreciate it. Oh, look at him. You know, they've got claws, I think. I don't know. I've only seen their picture up close. My favorite animal in the world is a wombat.
That's kind of like one.
It is kind of like one. It's a smaller one. I had a groundhog at our lake house one time that ran out from under our barn. And, well, now I'm going to get the comments that I'm a farm gal. I'm not. I just want to be real clear on that, okay? But anyway, the groundhog was cute, but I never could catch it. It really broke my heart. I don't think it wanted to be caught by me, though. They're wild beasts. All right, we're going to talk about Mayport Mitch. Oh, my Lord. Oh, Mayport Mitch. In Duval County, this is what we've got. They've got Punxsutawney Phil. We get Mayport Mitch. We like him better, I think. He's cool. Caitlin, wow, we need to get those costumes. Mayport Mitch.
We'll start a run.
Yeah, we will. We'll start a 5K. Everybody can dress up as a groundhog. Very cool. All right, we'll be right back after this. Welcome back to Weather Authority Weekday. We're going to take a look at you now. That's right, you heard me, your Snapjacks. Let's see what you sent in. We've got some good ones, I know. Here we go, we're scrolling down. Actually, Caitlin's doing all the hard labor here. We are looking at love for animals. I'm so excited to share that Raven, Raven Beauty, is currently in 6th place in the nationwide competition for America's favorite pet. Raven and I are thrilled to be participating and raise awareness for PAWS, Progressive Animal Welfare Society. Let's go Duval. I love it. Raven's gonna win. So cold, ice did not melt from Renee B. Oh, dang, Renee. Wow. That's good video. Wow, that's impressive. It is cold though. Better get a space heater, you know? That's what I'm recommending. Wow, look at that. Those are big old chunks. Oh, that was a big old chunk. I wanted to see more of that dog in her cute little sweater with the heart. But I see that faucet running, so good job. You definitely want to run your faucets in weather like that. Angel Skillet, the water in my bee bowl is now ice.
I don't know what that is.
I don't know what a bee bowl is, but I'm going to ask ChatGPT here in a little bit. Oh, and there's a grave behind it. Do you see that? I called you home. Or God called you home. I don't know who God called home in this picture, but prayers up. You know what I mean? Could be whoever's eating that bee bowl. Could be a pet. Look at this. Cash won. Florida freeze. Did you know icicles are actually a weapon? Did you know that?
No.
Yeah, you don't want to stand under them. They could take you down. Think about it. Pretty sharp, right? Yeah. Atlantic Beach Ed Voorhees this Tuesday morning frozen in Atlantic Beach, and it didn't happen until after the sun came up this morning. Ed, you are like one of our most loyal Snapjacksers. We love you. You email me about every morning. See, oh, look at that. Look at those sickles. If you were on that swing and one came on you, oh man, you're not getting out of that. I'm telling you. Ice in Arlington, Dolly 74. Girl, I like that swing though. That's cool. Flamingo Kimbo, ghosts are back on the outside plants and the tropicals pulled onto the porch. 32 on the porch at 6 a.m. Yes, I saw this on Snapjacks, and you did great covering those plants. Ray Hummel, thank you for attaching our forecast. Hey. And then as we continue to look here, Ray Hummel again for the win, and again, get it, Ray? Wow, doing the Lord's work there. Atlantic Beach, Ed, oh my gosh. Ed Van Voorhees having a ball in Tennessee. Look at that doodle. Like, that doodle is in heaven. That guy's got a nice head of hair too. Look at that. That's some long hair. That's a nice mane. That'll keep you warm. That doodle's amazing. So cute. Well, guys, we love you, and thank you so much for joining us. And we'll see you again tomorrow on Weather Authority Weekday. Bye.
See why every day more people are choosing News4JAX, Northeast Florida and South Georgia's #1 source for local news.